Today, I got a triple reaction to the BeatStars promo being a scam. We're talking Weaver Beats, DJ Payne One, and Busywork Beats, all facing off in this battle.
Posting this from my anonymous account because I don't want any BeatStars team members to do anything shady to me for basically steering people away from spending money on their platform. I don't really care if they do anything shady to me. I barely use it to begin with. It's selling beats is really, there's a lot of competition for it.
So right off the top, he's already established something right in and there, and this is Weaver Beats' video I'm reacting to. There's a lot of competition in it, and that is something that most people always say and don't have the answer to. So the problem is that there's a lot of competition, right? So the solution for most people is to do what? Advertise. However, you have those people that will sell 0 beats or 1 or 2 beats on any platform. It doesn't necessarily have to be BeatStars. And then they'll go off and say, man, I don't know why X producer is more popular than me. My beats are better, and so forth and so forth and so forth. When the real answer to, being on top of the competition and the people that are at the top have done what? They have done research. Key word there.
Kind of ridiculous. BeatStars is great for hosting music and has a pretty good marketplace/search function. When it comes down to promo, networking, and getting a return on investment on revenue or a following, it's just a terrible investment. Now, a lot of you may say this is common sense, but I wanted to try it anyways and experiment. This post is for those—
Hold up. This is where I want to really get spicy and not necessarily towards Weaver Beats or this person. This is what I want to say about advertising. So we all watch the Super Bowl, right? Or at least understand that the Super Bowl has a lot of advertisements that are targeted towards a lot of people because the Super Bowl gets a lot of eyes. And that's the key thing about an advertisement. What most people don't understand about advertising on any platform whatsoever, even if it was the Super Bowl or whatnot, is that there is amount of loss. It costs millions of dollars to get your advertisement in the Super Bowl, but the gain is that you get more eyes on your business, not that you get sales. That's the true reason that different businesses, no matter what industry that are in, understand at large. When you're advertising, thank you for the sub. But when you're advertising, there is a large amount of loss when you are advertising. And it's not to get you a high return. Many businesses, when they are establishing themselves and paying for, and again, in the example I'm using, the Super Bowl, know that they're going to lose money, but they're going to make money later because people know what? They see the brand at hand. And they know that if they are to get their advertisement in the Super Bowl, that they are beating out the rest of the competition. They are standing out.
Those of you who thought about it, I'm going to explain to you why you shouldn't do it, whether that's to get your money back or find qualified leads you can build relationships with and turn into customers. Basically goes on to state that he had done this in the past, trying to get his money back and make sales. He did get some sales, but not enough, and he didn't track his data back then. But in this one here, he tracked his data, and he's got some results to share with us.
And I would love to know how he tracked this data, because you can track your data anywhere. Anyhow, anywho, I don't want to get into it in this video because it will take you into another level. And not only that, since this knowledge that I have, I will base it on another video so that you guys can understand how marketing works, because there's a lot of misinformation.
Free download data is non-existent. The only thing that BeatStars gives you is the name of the person who downloaded your beat. And a lot of people just put random letters. And it tells you if they have a BeatStars account.
I'm just going to stop it right there and tell you this. If you are to give away something for free, then more than likely the person that is downloading it, it will just end up as a free download. There is little to no reward for doing a free download. I mean, there are different concepts of giving away a free download, like making someone subscribe to you on YouTube or whatever social media that you're on, or just giving up an email for that particular download. But that doesn't mean that that person will legitimately follow you because of that free download, even if it's good. Now, getting data and wanting data from BeatStars, I can totally understand why that is an issue. You would expect BeatStars to give you a little bit more information. However, the solution is very simple. Build your own platform. platform. And then you'll know why it is that BeatStars charges for promotion.
Now you have to try to use that tiny bit of data to try and find them if you want to try to sell them more beats or basically do anything other than build an email list. And I feel like email lists are not as strong as a lot of people try to have you believing, at least in my opinion.
And I think that's the biggest thing that I want to talk about right there. He had an anecdotal experience with email list, and that's one thing I'm not trying to get on Weaver Beats or anything like that, but I will say this about email listing in general. Like, email listing or just email campaigns, usually a good one at least, gets over 20% open rate, but it's not about the open rate as it is people clicking on unsaid emails. So you have to do a damn good job of doing an email campaign that is straightforward and informative for people to click on it. And it just depends on what type of service that you use, whether it be, one of the best ones is OmniSend. Another one that's great is Clevio. And those are extremely good services because they don't just focus on you just sending an email to someone over, an email campaign or anything like that. It does a lot of great stuff as far as establishing flow. And a lot of you guys probably don't even know what a flow is. But the best one is SMS, but that's harder to establish, though it has a click-through rate of like 90%, and that's really good, or at least an open rate of 92% or higher.
In conclusion, he says it's not worth it. I mean, I probably would have guessed it's not worth it too.
Again, that's anecdotal as hell. Just because your experience and you write a long paragraph about your experience doesn't mean that everybody's having that exact same experience. Trust me when I say this. There are people that I don't get along with, that other people get along with. They find their information informative. There's some people that I don't think that their information is informative. Some people don't like my information that I give out, and then there are some people that like my information that I give out. People will experience things differently. It is a person-to-person type thing. Just keep it real. I want to say it's real. Some people might like Weaver Beats more than they like me, and that's cool. That's cool as hell. Or they might like me more than Weaver Beats because on said things. It's an experience. It goes down and it breaks down into branding and community. And if you want to partake in someone's community or not, that doesn't mean that, the information that they're giving out is the best thing. It doesn't mean that the information that they're giving out is the worst thing. It all comes down to your experience. So this next video is Busyword Beats, and he weighs in with his takes on advertising on any platform altogether, and not necessarily just BeatStars, but it is related because that's the topic in this video.
More. First rule in advertising is never spend money you're not willing to lose. Your cost per lead should be well below.
I just got finished saying the same thing in my Super Bowl analogy. Like, you'll spend millions of dollars not to get money back, but to get eyeballs on your business. That's what advertisements are for. If you look up anything about advertising, you will know that advertisements is a loss altogether. If you just invest any money on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and even YouTube and Google ads, you'll notice that you will lose more money than you will gain money. However, you're getting your eyeballs in front of people. And advertisements, indeed, like Weaver Beats says, is not really worth it, but in my opinion, it's worth it if people don't know who you are and you don't have a large enough platform.
60, it should be around $5 or less. Just because you spend money does not mean you're going to make money. $20 a day does not guarantee anything. You guys need to learn the difference between impressions and click-throughs. These are two different metrics. Here's the real conversion rate you should be looking at. You spent $20 a day and got about 4 downloads a day. So if you spend $20 a day and get 4 downloads a day, that means you spend about $5 per person. I'm not sure how you got $60 per lead, but you should have it to where in order to get the free download, they have to offer their name and their email address before you give away any downloads.
Again, I think Again, this is what I'm going to say. If you're going to partake in what BeatStars is as a business, know that BeatStars is a target market. It's in the name. BeatStars. You need to understand when you are building a brand that your brand must be in your name. What it's about, that is. Beats. So you know there's beats there, or beat. Stars. You know that it's the most prolific beats on the internet. However, the biggest issue is that you're in a market that is saturated with plenty of producers. Now, how will you establish yourself as the producer? Well, I would like to use a person by the name of Cash Money AP. As we all know, Cash Money AP is a quote-unquote superstar producer. You want to know why he's a superstar producer? Because he understood that he had to brand himself. How did he brand himself? By using a beat tag. However, that is not the end-all be-all. How did he establish trust? Well, he produced for enough people that had a level of authority, and he has hit records. So if you are Willie Boo Boo, the beat maker, and you make trap beats, then you need to understand that you need to establish some type of brand relevance. So that means that you need to produce for an artist that is relevant. So that's why I always find it funny when producers get mad and talk about no free beats and so forth. You're just antagonizing artists not to work with you altogether. When you should be saying, hey, you know what? Could you rap on this beat? And I know people won't agree with this. You might have to break bread with that artist so you can establish what? Brand authority. Brand authority. And if that record becomes a hit record or people recognize your beat tag from that, then they'll probably go onto the market depending on how you advertise yourself on said website, social media, whatever the case may be. You will establish your authority in your brand simply by being familiar.
And I don't know how this person got to $60 per lead. I would love to see their math. And lastly, don't go out spending a bunch of money thinking that money's going to make you money without skill. You guys need skills before you spend money. When you start making money in business, stop spending your money. You have no idea how to flip money. You just know how to create stuff and get money. You don't know how to take $1 and get 10, then stop spending your money. It just bothers me because there's this new wave of producers who want free everything. Free this, free that, free plugins, free sounds, free this. Life is not free. Your rent is not free. Electricity is not free. Energy is not free.
Could you imagine if our society was based on 100% free stuff? I know the fact that I live in America and it is a capitalist country. You have to spend money to make money or spend money to live. Hey, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, there's no change in it. Money makes the world go round, and you need to establish some type of business format. So when you are out here just going for just free stuff, and I will say this in the defense of people altogether, and not just only Busy Word Beats or just businesses that exist. If you start off with something that is free, it's going to end up free at all costs. So if you are the type of person that puts out free kits, free beats, free this, free that, people are probably not going to spend money with you ever, because you are the free guy. You have branded yourself as the free guy, not as the person where you have some type of perceived value where people will spend money with you because they know that they will make money. And guess what? When you are a music producer, and if you want an artist to spend money with you, the artist needs to understand your value. And that means you have to establish yourself as a music producer somehow, in some shape or form, making some type of record that people are familiar with, meaning that you need to get that hit record. Let's go back to what I said about Cash Money AP and his brand. Yes, you might not like Cash Money AP, but you better like Cash Money AP and many other producers that are doing the work, because they have established brand familiarity, and that is why people are fucking with them and not fucking with you. I know people don't like us plugging in our website, but it has big relevance to the topics at hand. One thing is branding. So 16levels.com. 16 level is the 16 level button on the MPC Live X1 and every other MPC that's been out to this very existence. So I'm targeting an audience. Just like with BeatStars, BeatStars is targeting an audience so that you know that you are advertising. So people know from off top, a specific group of people know that, hey, this guy must know something about drum machines, and I am about that. So you go and see this right here. The next thing that you see is not just the little brand banner right here. You see that you can shop all. You can see that what we offer clearly on this website right here, where it says MPC expansions, sample packs, preset banks, courses, and apparel. And then the biggest thing of them all, where you can see where I have my email capturing right there, but is this right here, the brand slogan. the most authoritative place for music production. So what am I saying when I say that the website that's at hand right here, 16levels.com, what we're saying about our brand? It is the most authoritative place for music production. So you know what the target audience is. If it's for you or not, you understand that, hey, this place must have authority. And authority is much better of a word than the best. Everybody says that they are the best, but how can you actually prove that? How can I actually prove that we are the most authoritative place for music production? Well, the website, the channel, the YouTube channel, the 15 years of knowledge, that is authority, building your authority in a brand. No matter if it's new or old, people understand that authority is what moves the world. That's why we use the term the most authoritative place for music production. That is the slogan, and a lot of people clearly like that. And as you would expect, DJ Payne One weighs in on this as well, and here it is.
Here's somebody that clearly is having an influence on people. He's telling people what to do. People are interested. Thank you. You're a real one for this. Facts, blah, blah, blah. These are the same old kinds of responses. So he says, you will pay about $60 per qualified lead. Busyworks talked about this too. I don't know what kind of...
I'm going to go ahead and say it. The stuff that he's talking about in this Reddit post is weird as hell, because you do not pay that much for leads on bigger platforms like Facebook / Instagram, Meta, whatever the hell you want to call it. How in the hell is he getting these damn math? The math ain't mathing, bruh. The math ain't mathing.
Math he's doing here. But let's review overall, because he makes this clear, and this is a problem. This is a big problem with, I would say, just the internet generation in general. This need for, and this expectation of instant gratification, instant success. He spent $300 over 2 weeks, $20 a day.
Only $300? Ladies and gentlemen, in the last 3 months, for all the things that I promote for all of us, including 16levels.com, I have spent 10 bands. Let me say it again. 10 bands. $10,000. Bruh, you ain't talking about nothing when you say $300.
And that's it. That's all he did. That's all he did. He did.
And gave up too. And gave up like that quick. That is ridiculous. When you believe in your brand, you do not give up off of something as small as that. Now, I know he might be a little young head, because a lot of the younger cats don't understand that it takes years of putting in work. And just like Southside said in the recent video where he was talking about BeatStars being a scam, even though he didn't do his due diligence and research, bruh, it takes years of grinding to get to where you at. BeatStars didn't become BeatStars because they spent just $300. In their sense, they spent millions of dollars. And a lot of you guys won't even do that. A lot of you guys are complaining about $20. $20 a month. Bruh, if you are to complain about a platform that you didn't create, but you want to partake in and make easy money, then you need to understand that there is no such thing as easy money, even if the money seems like it's coming in easy. And I'm going to tell you like this. A lot of you guys are complaining about spending $20 a month, $200 a year on your pre-built website that already has all the templates and stuff built for it. Try Shopify. You know what Shopify costs a month? It costs anywhere from $30 a month for a basic website, and then you have to add applications, which cost maybe from either free, $10, or $100, or even thousands of dollars, by the way, to be able to make your store. Bruh, you talking small change when it comes to BeatStars when you are to have a platform. And to run a platform like that and have some type of success or break even or even into the positives, you need to go and start doing research on a multitude of businesses out here. and see how much they take. A startup company, remember when Facebook was a startup company and they did not have advertisements on there? Bruh, the only reason why venture capitalists even invested in Facebook is because of the potential of them to put advertisements in front of the people that are on Facebook. And I know there's a lot of hatred for Meta, and they have earned it over the years because they have been dishonest. But I'm just using them as a prime example. Even if I use Google, Alphabet, which is probably the number 2, number 3 biggest businesses in the world right now, they all have eyes, and they are targeting the vast majority of people, and people will spend money so that they can go above the red. But at one particular time, every established business and successful business in history, and I'm just going to leave it like this, they had to establish some type of authority to where people wanted to invest money in it, and they did it at a loss. Loss. Key word here, loss. When you start a business, there's a high percentage, that I believe is in the 80%, that your business will fail. Your business will fail. And that's what most people don't want. They want instant gratification, instant success, and that's not what this business shit is about at all. In hindsight of this, I want to give you guys 2 books that you should read. And I think every last one of you guys that want to be on social media or just establish some type of business of your own should read this book right here, which is E-Commerce Power. This is a very good book for you to understand how to build a brand from the ground up. And it will even ask you the very question that a lot of you guys do not establish when you are building your brand. And that is, could you serve the community that you are a part of? And if the answer is no, then guess what? You should not go into this business, because guess what? Any niche that you will jump in at any given point, if you do not have a community based around that, and you have a lack of knowledge and a lack of level of authority, you will not be successful at it if you do not have those things or the experience. Another book I would like you guys to read is The YouTube Formula. This is a very good book. I promise you that Daryl Eves knows what he's talking about, and he will tell you the exact same thing, because one of the things that people like to do is say, oh, it is your fault. And it's not the other person's fault. It's your fault because you have not done the research. You have not earned the level of authority. And I want you guys to understand, if you want authority, that you need to be able to give something that has a level of value, whether it be knowledge or a track record. You choose.